have you figured this out yet? That so many, if not the majority, of my video topics come from you. You leave a comment and I make a video to address that. Because I am a libertarian, I know how powerful the free market is. So I'd rather you put in a suggestion and I say it, and I make a video about it. And I will admit, sometimes I do videos based on comments that people leave thinking, I don't think anyone's going to care about that. And often that is the case. Here recently, someone suggested that I do a video about the Mandela effect. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but a lot of people like the video, they watch it, they left comments on it. And so I want to do another video about, ultimately, indirectly about the Mandela effect, which is ultimately when most people, or many people, have a shared false memory. And of course, the Mandela effect in regards to the Berenstain Bears is that they are the Berenstain Bears with an A. Berenstain Bears. It was never Berenstain or Berenstain with an E. Never. It was always A. It was always Berenstain Bears. Always. And that's the Mandela effect, that so many people thought it was Stain or Stein. And they could have swore it had an E in it. And so I had mentioned that in my video. And I had also had mentioned that the religious background of the the creators of the series. Because when you hear Berenstain or Berenstain, I'm thinking Jewish immediately. So I had done my research before, and I casually mentioned this in the comment of the last video, but I want to do this whole video on it and really break this down. So here's how it worked. When it comes to the Berenstains, the creator of the series, you had Mike, who was the father in real life. He was a secular Jew. He was of Jewish descent, but he was not a practicing Jew. He did not practice the faith of Judaism. He marries a woman who is a Protestant. And in their marriage, they have basically a secular household. They are not really raising their kids in a particular religion. But later, down the road, after Mike, the father, passed away, then the son, Stan, ends up finding himself being a Christian. And he, with the mother, carry on the series. And that's why, here more recently, in recent decades, you've seen it specifically get Christian all of a sudden. Before it wasn't, it got Christian. And that's because, through somewhat irony here, that it's not that the Berenstain, even I did just then, are they Jewish or not? If we're asking the question, are the Berenstain Bears Jewish? Are the creators Jewish? If we're asking that question, the answer is, well, as far as their heritage, as far as their DNA, as far as their cultural background, going back generations and generations, in that regard, yes. But in the idea of faith, no. They started out secular, no religion, and then as the writers, as the creators, the father passed away, who was the one that was ethnically Jewish, however you want to say it. After he passed away, then his son, who was raised in no religion, found religion, became a Christian, and his mother did too. And they took the series from there, and that's why it is specifically Christian now. So Berenstain, Jewish last name, Jewish man that created it. And I've made so many videos talking about how, so here in the United States, Jewish people are responsible for so many great things, including the Berenstain Bears. Even if he wasn't a practicing Jewish man, and even if his wife and his son ended up taking over the series after when they became Christian, made it a Christian series. So there you go. There's the answer. Are the Berenstain Bears Jewish? It'd be somewhat like me. My mom's DNA test showed that she's Sephardic Jewish. So by default, that automatically makes me of Jewish descent too. So many Jewish people across the world on my videos about that have said, okay, well, you're one of us. Well, the thing is, but I'm not of the Jewish faith. I'm of the Christian faith, like the Berenstain Bears or the current writers of the books. And if you have any trouble accepting what I said as truth, I want you to look this up right now. Go to the New York Times and Google how the Berenstain, with an A, Bears found salvation. And you're going to see an article, which is how I got all the details. I already knew all this. I had read it years ago. But this post right here, which was October 6, 2016, so, it's been a couple of years now that they wrote that. But if you need to know that this is more than just some random guy saying this on the internet, just Google that article and you'll be able to see that someone did the research. And even though I already knew this, now it gives me a way to say, hey, well, if you don't believe me, then read the article, you'll see all about it. Your comments are welcome. Where do they belong?